Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to another scene for Living World of Darkness. Camera and adult venue. As this scene starts where the previous one ended, Nikki comes storming to her room after the whatever happened with the Gangrel clan meeting that upset her. Just as she's sort of heading towards the door, she sees Carmen leave the room that her and Arthur share and disappear down the corridor. And then we'll start the scene with Nikki walking in.
Nikki walking toward their room and seeing this makes her very curious as to what might be going on, and her already agitated state. She walks in and she greets Arthur. Hello, Arthur.
Arthur's standing in the middle of the room in his vest. He hasn't got his shirt on, he's got a vest on, and his braces hanging down slightly. There's a couple of packets of empty blood next to the bed, and his shirt is on the floor. It's got blood stains on it. Okay.
Everything all right?
Yeah. A stressful day.
Yeah, I know what you mean about that.
He sits down, wincing slightly. Sits down and sort of invites you to come closer to him.
She'll come and sit down.
What's wrong? You look agitated.
Samson.
What about him?
Well, he's leading this mission to Boston to get help. And I said that I would be willing to follow his lead and go help. And he called me uppity. And he asked if I was going to laugh at him again. And I was teasing him and said, only if he did something to make me laugh. And then he proceeded to take offense and was saying that I insulted him and disrespected him, when I did nothing of the sort. I was told that we were family, so I was treating him like family.
Arthur puts his arm around Nikki and he says, men's egos are fragile things, I've found.
Yeah, especially his. So now I don't know if I even want to go to Boston.
He sort of gives her a sort of squeeze on the shoulder and he says, we're going to need your calm countenance to counteract your brother's short temper.
Yeah, that's what Isaac said. I talked to Isaac after.
What did Isaac have to say?
He said it would take some time, which I know that, but I said, how am I supposed to keep him in line if he can't even handle a bit of teasing? If he's going to lose his temper over something like that?
It's not the time for that now. Don't squabble amongst yourselves about who's going to be in charge and who isn't during war.
I wasn't even arguing over him being in charge. I was just teasing him, telling him that if he did something to make me laugh, that I'd laugh at him. It wasn't that big of a deal.
I know it wasn't a big deal, dear, but he wants to be respected, and When you are insecure about your role of leadership, sometimes men are more brutal than usual. I will make sure he doesn't do it again.
He probably already thinks that someone else is fighting my battles. I heard Isaac. I think he went and talked to them after I left his room. I should have probably went with him. So, I don't like confrontation. And she kind of
gives her kind of like a big-eyed look, with this sort of slightly raised eyebrows, and then looks back down.
And as she said that, she was closing her eyes and kind of lowering her head. Someone coming at me aggressive like that can trigger certain things.
He he strokes her shoulder slightly. Drops his arm, but stays sort of close to her. You're tougher than you imagine yourself to be.
I don't feel like it sometimes.
Things will work themselves out. You must be careful with those Gangrel boys, though. I realise that they sort of work together. I will have a word with Alec.
She nods.
I know he's I won't mention your name, but he's partial to a bit of smooth persuasion. I'm sure he'll come around once I talk to him.
Yeah, he knows a little bit about my confrontation issues. He and I had a conversation about it a while ago.
I fear it's something you may have to master if you want to deal with being in charge of the Anarchs. Anarchs, he doesn't say that. He says Gangrel, not Anarchs. His brain fails. If you go to be charged of the Gangrel, because they are naturally confrontational people and admire might above right.
Yeah, I know. So I'm learning. I haven't been around in the clan as long as they have. I've been doing this like a month.
He smiles. He smiles tiredly. And he will sort of brace his leg as he sort of moves himself around to lay back on the bed.
Are you okay?
Nothing, a few days rest won't solve.
What happened to you?
He reaches down and undoes his trousers. And peels back the top layer of his trousers to show that he has a knife wound on the top of his leg, a nasty one. It's the top of the layer, it's healed over. Obviously he's healed it with blood, but it will take time and willpower to heal properly.
So it's not open, but it's still...
It's not open yet, it just, you have to spend the willpower and drink the blood and then it will be healed much more. It's just, you have to rest as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ag's worth of damage to your medicine.
She knows that, and she says, I wish that I could just stitch that up for you.
Serves me right for getting involved in things.
What did you get involved in?
The new girl, Katie.
She nods.
She was sparring with somebody, and there was an accident. He cleaved at her and injured her. I got in the way. And carried her to her mentor to be healed. But I was protecting her from being too badly injured and suffered for it. I'm going to make a manipulation subterfuge roll because I'm lying.
I was going to say... see, since I restarted, I have to open my character sheet.
Which I fail.
Oh. Well, let me go ahead and roll, because there's a chance I could botch. Get my character sheet up here. Perception 4, empathy 2, 6. Nope.
Yeah, he's lying.
She kind of gives him she narrows her eyes on him.
Not exactly straight out lying.
Right. But
she
can
tell
that he's not telling the whole truth.
Ooh.
So she kind of narrows her eyes at him a little bit, but it's not a harsh look or anything. It's soft. Like, I know you're hiding something. Look. There's something you're not telling me there, Arthur. What happened? You can tell me.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just too honourable for my own good. And I feel guilty for fighting amongst ourselves. I was trying to protect her from...
Okay.
He just lowers his eyes and he just says, I took her to her mental mole to be woken up. I didn't feel like it was... I felt like I did the right thing.
She'll accept that. You did. Whatever it was that he was going to do, and you interfered, I think that it was the right thing, because if, taking her to a mentor was the right thing to do. Especially I don't think she's Tremere, is she?
No. She's Katie.
Nikki's eyes widen slightly.
I'm fond of the girl. I wouldn't want her to expire so soon.
I haven't had the chance to meet her yet.
She's interesting.
Right, you said that we'd have something in common about our sires.
Yeah, she's a formidable sort. I think you'll get on.
She nods.
But some people don't have regard for the caitiff.
Yeah, I've heard.
I don't count myself among them.
She smiles. Neither do I.
I treat one person much the same as the next.
I still tend to treat people like people.
Not all the women here. He says, he smiles and he says, "But not all the women here get the Arthur treatment."
She grins.
And he winks at him.
Not all, huh? Just some. So who else besides me? She gives kind of a playful smile and wink at that.
He smirks. Do I detect a note of jealousy, Dr. Barnett?
Jealousy. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna roll for that. Oh, that was a good roll.
That was a bad roll. Yeah, he's just like, oh. I see.
It's like, jealous? No, I'm not jealous. I don't know what you're talking
Poker
about.
face.
Yes, poker face.
He leans up to try and kiss her.
She will allow it, but with some faux resistance at first. I saw Carmen leaving as I was coming in.
Yes, Miss Morales. She heard the ruckus earlier and wanted to come see if I was alright.
Well, that was nice of her.
She's a sweet woman.
Well, I got to leave the bunker with Isaac the other day.
Yeah. Do you tell?
Yeah, he had me go and get something that he had, quote, lost in the ocean. I found myself in a cave where someone was living under the water. It was a marine gangrel. His name is Billy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How fascinating. Arthur looks genuinely interested. Hear much about marine gangrel?
He looks kind of like a swordfish. But he had the pin that I was to get for Isaac, and he wanted to trade for it. So I asked him what he needed, and and he's like, "Well, what can you do for me?" And I was like, "Well, is there something you want or need that I can go get for you that you can't leave the water for?" And he said that the owner of a bar on the shore has stolen his spear from him. So I went and got it. She smiles. And I got it from him, and I gave it back to Billy, and Billy gave me the pin. Isaac seemed to be impressed and disappointed at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, he didn't know how to take the way that I got the pin, I guess. But maybe I have too kind of a heart for my own good, but
no such thing.
But I did get some information from Mr. Billy. There's going to be a independent gangrel clan meeting outside the city in a few weeks. Isaac said that I can go and try and get that help.
Arthur nods. Sounds like you're going to have your hands full with business.
Yes. I'm, sort of a diplomatic person, which is one reason why I wanted to go to Boston.
Well, I'll be coming with you, so you have no worries on that account.
Good. But yeah, I'd like to go and talk to Billy again. He seemed interesting. And he's younger than I am. And when he realized that he was younger than me, he became very submissive, I guess you could say. He wouldn't he wouldn't leave my presence until I dismissed him.
A gangrel with manners. And mine does marvel.
Indeed. She
He
smiles.
smirks teasingly.
Doesn't seem to be very many of us around.
No. I fear I may need some medical attention this evening.
Oh? Well, I might be able to help in that department if you want it. If not, I could just, go find something else to do. She says that very coyly.
Oh no, I think that I would need your undivided attention this evening.
She smiles. Well, she looks at her pretend watch. I don't think I have anything else to do this evening, so you've got it.
Marvelous.
She nods.
So he just sort of like finishes taking his trousers off, and then he just gets into the bed, and he's just sat there like, I'll take my tea, hot 2 sugars, and can you run me a bath? He's playing around with her now to see if she'll just see how she reacts.
She she laughs, and she gives him a little bit of a fake salute, and then she gets into bed with him.
I think that'll be the moment we end the scene.
Yep.
Thank you players for playing, and thank you watchers for watching. Till next time.